So my pick this week is going to be CPRT, which is Copart. They engage in the provision of online auctions and vehicle remarketing service. It offers vehicle sellers a full range of service to process and sell vehicles, primarily over the internet through virtual bidding third generation internet auction style. The firm sells the vehicles principally to licensed vehicle dismantlers, rebuilders, and repair licensees. So it's pretty cool. That's where a lot of people buy vehicles to rebuild and stuff. The price I'm looking at is this our MOB line around $45 range, and I'm looking to sell it around $49. And our stop loss is $4. So we're looking to make $4 and or lose $4 in this trade. So that's our undervalued stock pick of the week. It's dropped a lot. The peak was around $64. It took a huge drop here. And the reason it dropped, I'll tell you right now. So it dropped before earnings and it also dropped a little bit more after earnings. And the reason it got obliterated is from the earnings. It's because the company reported weak first quarter results and it missed Wall Street sales and EBITDA estimates. While earnings were in line, overall this was a weaker quarter. So it was just like kind of scaring people, saying, "Oh, maybe their sales aren't going to be as well." But I think with like the economy and where it is right now, I think used cars will probably continue to do well, or people rebuilding cars or buying cheaper cars will have an advantage here. So I think they'll have an opportunity to grow. So I like the stock for what it is right now. If we continue to move down and we're at 48, looking for it to hit 45 for the undervalued play. The next one I'm looking at is APLD, Sydney. Are you guys familiar with this stock, APLD?
That was a high Reddit stock. I remember back then.
I think,
Uh, Data centers.
yeah, so the buy area I would look at is probably around maybe $5 range. This would be like a pretty like deep play. Maybe I'll put like 775 area. Buy. Stop loss. $5. Take profit. You can go for 10. Go 1075.
So they just built infrastructure for AI companies.
Yeah, so what APLD do is Applied Digital Corporation. The reason the stock was very popular was because NVIDIA used to have it in its portfolio. It's one of the NVIDIA's babies. And what APLD or Applied Digital Corp is that it's a technology company that engages in the provision of development and operations of data centers, which provides computing power. It operates through the following segments, which cloud service business, HPC hosting business, which is high performance computing, and data center hosting business. The company was founded by Wesley Carl Cummins and Jason Zhang in May 2001 and is headquartered in Dallas, Texas. So very, very interesting company. I think with data center being where it's at right now, with AI being how wild it is, I think if we go into a bull market, we can push a lot. APLD also just issued like a bunch of shares, almost 1 billion shares traded in the first week of June with the CoreWeave deal. So it could potentially pop off. People are loving it. They think that if data center scales up like crazy, the stock will go up like crazy. So that's why there's so much hype around this right now. So I like it. Let's see where it's headed. We'll see where it's headed to. APLD. All right, and then the rest of the stuff this week, in terms of market overview, we have some trade news data saying negotiation was going well until Friday, where Trump was like, you know what, we're not gonna do trade deals with Canada anymore. Um, Oil price went up and down. It was a very interesting move. We went to 80 something dollars and back to 70s. Retail data is still weak. S&P didn't care about any of that, and it just continued to hit all-time highs. And in the week, up 3.07% with 5.07 return for June. The tech-heavy Nasdaq posted a strong gain of 5.07% for the month, while Dow Jones was lagging and went up only 1.67% this week. Inflation started to inch a little bit higher as consumer price increased, with Nike reporting a $1 billion hit due to tariff during the earnings report, which is highlighting the ongoing inflationary pressure. So if Nike is taking $1 billion hit due to tariff, they're going to take that hit and they're going to move it to the consumers. In corporate earnings, Carnival's beat earnings expectations and also raised their guidance. They said they're still seeing strong demand for cruises. People don't care. They just want to go on cruise. They want to escape the life. FedEx beat expectations, but provided a weak outlook, saying global demand uncertainties and tariff impacts. Consumer staples, such as General Mills, missed estimates and providing a downbeat guidance due to weak demand in snacks and baked goods. And then MU posted a huge beat. The stock didn't do much. It went up and down. It went flat. But since data is good, they're driven by strong AI demand and record RAM revenue. So a lot of crazy stuff. Nike says they're also planning to reduce China sourcing to mitigate future risks, apparently. Amazon announced an expansion of same-day and next-day delivery to over 4,000 cities, which for us in New York, we had it for a while now. So it's interesting to see like other people getting it now, I guess. And then Meta is in talk to acquire Play AI. Meta's been making a lot of moves. They've been
Yeah.
adding a lot of smaller AI companies. They're stealing OpenAI's researchers. They're doing everything they can to get into this AI game and make the push forward. While OpenAI, they're using Google's TPU chips now instead of NVIDIA's GPU. So that could mean like a little bit iffy for NVIDIA. What to look forward and know this week? Trump's bill deadline. We're interested to see how that play out. It's getting passed right now. We're curious to see what the final bill looks like. And then we'll also have US job report data this week coming out, P&I surveys, Tesla's Q2 deliveries, and it will be a short week with 4th of July holidays. So market liquidity could be very low as traders adjust for the holiday weekend. We might even see no liquidity starting in the beginning of the week. So it'll be an interesting week. The Q2 earnings season is shaping up to be a crucial driver for market sentiment. So that's pretty much it. For this week in terms of news. In terms of market forecast, I think with a short week and Independence Day, there's a 31 out of 35 odds that this week would be very bullish, and the dollar index could be weak. Fear and greed is in the greed territory, and put to call ratio has been up and down. It went from 1.26 to 1.74, 1.71, 1.23, and now we're at 1.36 put to call. So there's a little bit more people that are bearish again, and that's only gonna get them squeezed because the last time they got really bearish and they were 1.74, more bearish people than bullish people. The market just squeezed the bears until they start selling off to 1.23. So that's pretty much it.